Hi there, here we are again, Seekers and Cynics. My name is Richard Bentley, this is Bodmin Road Church. And Seekers and Cynics, if this is the first time you're tuning in, is my weekly, every Tuesday, short talk, either answering your questions or trying to explain some aspect of the Christian faith. And today I want to take the offensive a little bit, and I've called my talk today, Why Some Atheists Make Me Laugh. So what I want to do today is just explore a little issue, a particular issue around atheism. So this comes out of a talk I did on here quite a few months back, and these go on YouTube as well as Facebook. And I got quite a big reaction on YouTube from a number of atheists saying that I didn't know what I was talking about, and etc, etc. And some of them were quite rude. And I'm always really encouraged when people are rude, because I suspect that very often rudeness is a substitute for a lack of clear thought. So if I can try and offer you just a little bit of clear thought on this particular issue. So here's my beef with atheism, and it's not actually as straightforward as you might think. So my beef isn't fundamentally that the atheist believes there is no God. Everybody is, if you like, entitled to choose that belief, to hold that belief. So that's not my core issue here. The reason that some atheists, because they don't all say this, but the reason that some atheists make me laugh is that they say, I don't have a belief, I don't have a faith, I don't believe anything. Now, and that's what these guys were saying on the YouTube feedback. They were sort of saying, well, it's you that has the belief, you're the believer, you're the one with beliefs, you're the Christian, and we don't have any beliefs at all. So the argument, they claim, is between belief, Christianity in my case, and no belief at all, atheism. And that the burden of proof therefore lies with me. Now, I find that funny, because atheism is not at all no belief at all. Never in a million years is that the case. When it comes to God and God's existence, it seems to me that the default position for anybody ought to be agnosticism, because we don't know. Okay? We can't know in that categoric sense whether or not God exists. Certainly not in the same way that I know that my wife exists, or that a tree exists, or that my car runs on petrol, or that E equals mc squared. Okay? We cannot know in the same way as those things whether God exists or not. So it seems to me that the default position for anybody, the starting position, ought to be agnosticism. And agnosticism is an agnostic is somebody who says, well, I don't know. I don't know either way, and I don't know what to think either way. Okay? Now that's the position of no belief. Yeah? That's the position of the person who does not have a belief at all. That's the neutral position, the middle position, if you like. Now, if you move to either side of agnosticism, one way or the other, then you are starting to express belief. So the Christian moves to the right, if you like, and says, I believe, I choose to believe, that there is a God. Okay? I can't prove it, but on the balance of probabilities and on the balance of the evidence, and there is some evidence, I choose to believe that the universe has meaning and purpose, and that behind that there is a God. Okay? The atheist moves the other way. But once you've moved from that middle agnostic position, you are expressing faith, you are expressing belief. So the atheist moves the other way and says, I too believe. I too take a position, I too take a view, and that view is that there is not a God. Okay? Fine to take that position, but at least admit it is a position of belief, it is a position of faith. Okay? So the atheist says, I take that position, I cannot prove it, but on the balance of probabilities and on the balance of evidence, I conclude there is not a God. Okay? So, atheism is a faith, it is a belief, it is an expression of something, it's the negative of something, it's that there isn't a God, but nevertheless, that is a concrete statement of faith. So, just as much as Christianity is the affirmation that there is a God, atheism also proactively and quite vociferously actually affirms a statement that there is not a God. Okay? So, when the atheist says, I don't have any beliefs, I have to chuckle. I have to chuckle because they do. Okay? It's the agnostic who doesn't have belief. The atheist belief is just as concrete as mine, except in the opposite direction. Okay? And one day, one of us will be proved wrong. Okay? So, if I'm proved wrong, I guess I won't know about it because I'll be pushing up the daisies somewhere and I'll be no more than a rotting pile of mush. So I guess I won't know that I've been proved wrong because I won't be conscious if there is no God and there is no soul and there is no afterlife. But, of course, if the atheist is proved wrong, then he or she will certainly know about it because they will be standing before the living God. At which point, semantic arguments about what constitutes belief or not will sound rather hollow. So, to all my atheist friends, and I do have some, I want to say this: you believe as you choose to believe. But don't give me that self-deluded nonsense about not believing anything. You do. Okay? To say that there is no God is just as concrete a statement of belief as to say there is a God. Okay? They are equal and opposite statements of belief. Right? Only the agnostic can truly say that they have no faith. Next time, I want us to think a little bit more deeply about why the atheist might make that choice to believe that there is no God. What is it about a meaningless and purposeless universe that the atheist finds so attractive? And we'll think about that next time.